ever wondered why the Mona Lisa has never been stolen again since that fateful day in 1911? It's a question that has intrigued art enthusiasts and security experts alike. Before we dive into the reasons, it's important to set the stage with some background. The Mona Lisa, an iconic piece of art by Leonardo da Vinci, is arguably the most recognized painting in the world. Housed in the Louvre, Paris, it attracts millions of visitors each year. In 1911, the painting was stolen by an Italian handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia, who believed the artwork belonged in Italy. Its theft caused worldwide panic, and the painting's absence was felt deeply. It was recovered 2 years later and returned to the Louvre, where it has remained ever since. The answer to why it has never been stolen since lies in the intricate concepts of threat, asset, and vulnerability. These concepts shape our understanding of security, both in the physical and digital realms. Threat refers to the potential danger posed by individuals or groups who may wish to cause harm or exploit weaknesses. The Mona Lisa, being an asset of immense value, is undoubtedly a prime target. However, its vulnerability, or the susceptibility to such threats, has been greatly reduced over the years. After the 1911 incident, the security measures at the Louvre were substantially upgraded. Today, the Mona Lisa resides behind bulletproof glass, in a climate-controlled sealed box, with state-of-the-art surveillance systems monitoring its every moment. These stringent security measures, coupled with the heightened awareness of its value and vulnerability, have deterred potential thieves. Hence, the painting has not been stolen since. It's all about understanding the concepts of threat, asset, and vulnerability. Let's dive in. Consider the Mona Lisa, that enigmatic smile, the fame, the value. She is, undoubtedly, an asset that has transcended the realms of time and culture to represent a universally recognized symbol of profound artistic resonance. Assets, in the most comprehensive sense, denote tangible or intangible entities that possess a certain value. They are indicative of worth, both in the literal and metaphoric sense of the term. Now, consider an asset as a world-famous painting such as the Mona Lisa. This revered marvel of artistry and creativity housed in the Louvre draws millions of visitors each year. Its worth is immeasurable, stretching beyond the monetary to the cultural and historical. It has seeped into the fabric of global consciousness, becoming a beacon of artistic excellence and human ingenuity. Similarly, a company's proprietary data, another form of asset, holds invaluable significance. It determines the operational efficiency, strategic planning, and competitive edge of the business. It's the lifeline that fuels innovation and sustains profitability. Lastly, your personal information online is an asset too. It's a treasure trove of digital footprints that reveal your habits, preferences, and behaviors. This information is a goldmine for businesses that leverage data analytics to customize their offerings and enhance user experience. Thus, each asset, be it the Mona Lisa, a company's proprietary data, or your personal information online, has an inherent value that extends beyond its immediate appearance or function. Assets are things of value, whether it's a world-famous painting, a company's proprietary data, or your personal information online. Now, let's talk about threats. This is a topic that is as old as time itself, emerging from shadows of history and painting a picture of danger. Threats, you see, can many forms. There are those that are tangible, like a physical danger, and those that are more veiled, like a potential harm looming in the distance. Consider, for example, the famous masterpiece, the Mona Lisa, guarded under the roof of Louvre Museum in Paris, France. Its threat was not a natural disaster, a fire, or a catastrophic event. No, it was a man. Vincenzo Peruggia was that man, an Italian handyman and painter who had a controversial belief. He was so besotted with the allure of the mesmerizing Mona Lisa that it clouded his judgment. Peruggia believed that the masterpiece, the national pride of his native land, Italy, was wrongfully housed in France. He believed that the artwork, with its enigmatic smile and mysterious gaze, rightfully belonged under Italian sky amidst the echoing melodies of the great Italian culture. His fervour led him to commit what seemed unthinkable, stealing the Mona Lisa. Yet it's essential to remember that threats aren't always individuals like Peruggia. They may be a group with a common ideology or potentially harmful situations. They are the factors that have the potential to cause disruptions, instill fear, change the course of events, or even result in loss. Threats can be individuals, groups, or situations that potentially cause harm, disruption, or loss. Then, we have the concept of vulnerability. It's an intriguing notion, one that's been significant throughout history and continues to play a pivotal role in our society today. In order to understand it better, let us rewind to 1911, a time when art was viewed more openly and security was not as stringent as today. The Louvre, an iconic museum nestled in the heart of Paris, was known for its vast collections of fine art. However, the security measures in place were shockingly inadequate and testament to the ignorance of the times. It was during this period of less stringent security practices that our story unfolds. Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman and painter, found himself working at the Louvre. A seemingly innocuous figure, no one could have predicted his devilish intentions. The museum was scheduled to close for maintenance. As the public emptied out and the doors were locked, Peruggia, who had been labouring within the museum's walls, knew this all too well. He abused the trust placed in him, exploited the very laxity of the security that allowed him free rein of the museum after hours. He plotted his actions with meticulous precision, taking advantage of the museum's vulnerable state. As darkness swept across the city, he hid himself away, shielded by the shadows. When dawn broke the following morning, Peruggia emerged from his hiding place and, taking advantage of the still deserted museum, committed an act that would go down in history. He simply removed the painting, one of the most revered art pieces of all time, the Mona Lisa, and slipped away unnoticed. The audacity of the act left the world reeling. That's vulnerability, a weakness or gap in security that can be exploited by threats. So how do we deal with these three components? Let's delve into the specifics. The first step in achieving adequate protection is by implementing appropriate security measures. But what does this entail exactly? Let's take an example we all know, one from the world of art, the priceless Mona Lisa. Originally painted by the renowned artist Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa has been a subject of intrigue, mystery, and unending admiration. Over the centuries, it has even been a target of vandalism and theft. Therefore, the need for safeguarding it became paramount. So how did the custodians of this masterpiece go about this task? They turned to modern technology for the solution. They placed the iconic painting in a state-of-the-art, climate-controlled and bulletproof glass case. This way, they managed to not just protect the painting from possible physical harm, but also control the environmental factors around it to prevent damage. But did they stop here? No, they added another layer of security: continuous surveillance. The painting is monitored round the clock. Any suspicious movement or activity around it can be immediately detected, allowing for a quick response in case of any potential threat. In doing so, the Louvre Isard, the museum that houses the Mona Lisa, has significantly upped its security game. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how we deal with these three components. But it's not just about physical security. In the digital world, the stakes are equally high. Consider the 2017 Equifax data breach. Equifax, a major credit bureau, was the asset. The threat, a group of hackers. The vulnerability, a software flaw that Equifax failed to patch in a timely manner. The result, the personal information of nearly 150 million people was exposed. The recommended security measure here: regular software updates and patches, rigorous security audits, and a proactive approach to potential vulnerabilities. In summary, security is about managing and reducing vulnerabilities that can be exploited by threats to harm an asset. It's about understanding the value of what needs to be protected, identifying potential threats, recognizing vulnerabilities, and taking steps to reinforce those weak spots. Whether it's the Mona Lisa or your personal data, the principles remain the same. Understanding these concepts is the first step towards more effective security. And remember, staying one step ahead of threats is always the best line of defense.